Hello, people. Come on in. Come on in. Sorry for the delay tonight. You gotta love technology when it works. Hi. Yes, I look a little different tonight. No, it's not a new pair of glasses. I have a wig on because I'm doing a production of Chicago at Grace Arts in Lake Havasu. I'll be putting that on my social media soon, Keyz, so don't yell at me. But again, nice wig. Thanks, Anne Marie. But again, welcome you guys and sorry for the delay. I know Keyz has a lot of information to share with you guys. And this is something I need to hear too, but I am in tech, so I'm going to be sneaking in and out. But you're going to have Keyz all to yourself. Isn't that amazing? George is here to help. So if you guys need any help with the chat and all of that, again, questions in the chat always. I know there's going to be a plethora because this subject is it's mighty lengthy. There's a lot that goes into it. Hi, I'm Janine. Welcome to Music Alliance. How is everybody? All right, so I'm going to turn it over to Keyz. You guys get your pen and paper ready, and we're off to the races. All right, it's all yours, my friend. How are you?
I'm wonderful. And you look wonderful, by the way.
Why, thank you. I'm playing a prison warden. No experience necessary. Don't even start.
Well, that's exciting. I'm excited to be here and to talk about this topic tonight because I think it's a huge topic and where things are going with AI, which is all over the media right now, whether you're using it to create or whether you're using it to help you do what you do better with your systems. It's important to be abreast of all the technology that's out there and knowing how to use it. Hi, Ann. How's everybody doing tonight? Tonight's going to be one of those nights where we need questions. This is going to be filled with questions, and so we can really help you guys. We're talking about social media automation to increase your engagement and to, at the end of the day, to increase revenue. Just so I know, and I want to know who I'm talking to, who all here knows what social media automation is right now, what that looks like me?
Go ahead, put it in the chat. Put your answers in the chat if you guys have an idea of social media automation. I know, Keyz, before I leave you all, we are working with a company called Aggie, and I know that you have heard of them as well. I'm not sure if you're working with them. We might want to touch on that a little bit. We're trying to work a deal with them, bringing them on as a sponsor for Music Alliance, blah, blah, blah. I can't really say too much, but they are one of the social media automation companies out there. So that's cool.
Amazing.
Auto reply, funnel prompt. I use it all day, every day, says Niels. Heard of it, but I've not used it. Some idea, not sure, not really. Nope, somewhat. Okay, so basically, not really. Those are your answers.
Aggie, I've definitely heard the name. I'm not 100% sure of what they offer, but I'm familiar with the name for sure. And I'm curious to know more about it. Maybe I can Google it here while I'm talking to you guys.
Yeah, it's Let Aggie Do It. .com, maybe .com. I don't know, but they are social media automation. They literally have a set it and forget it tool, which I think is fabulous, especially for people like me who are busy doing a million and one things.
To everyone.
Thank you, Paul. Let Aggie do it. That was very weird. Anyway, I'm actually having a meeting with them Friday morning to solidify some stuff, and but they do videos, and anyway, it's one of the tools that is out there, and they've been really good to Music Alliance, and like I said, we're hoping to bring them on board. So you guys just give it a check out and see if you like what. And Keyz, I can give you some more information Friday after our meeting.
Please do, definitely, because I have a few partners that I'm aligned with as well.
Nice. Yeah, let's talk about all of that because we need to bring our members all the goodness.
Yeah, and they're really designed to do it for artists. There's templates and everything set up specifically for artists, musicians, and whatnot. But let's dive into it. So what is social media automation? Social media automation right now is, I think it's one of the biggest new waves that's going on, especially when it comes to Meta, Instagram and Facebook. From a social media automation standpoint, we haven't quite figured it out for TikTok yet, but Meta and Instagram being the main platforms where people are spending a lot of their times, and they have a stronghold on this social media aspect. And so what social media automation is, it allows you to automate your engagement on social media, which is an amazing thing depending on where you are with your audience building and you're building your fan base, whether you have a huge fan base or you're still building it, it's a great tool to utilize to really grow your engagement, to grow your audience. And there's wonderful things you can do with it as far as having it respond to comments, having it respond to DMs automatically, and setting up these funnels. I heard somebody mention that earlier, but really things you can do to increase your engagement across the board. We've been able to successfully use it to help artists grow not only their engagement on these specific platforms like Instagram and Meta, but even to increase the streaming numbers that they're doing, to increase the amount of emails that they're collecting. I don't know if Birdie's on this call today. I know she talked about last week having some things that she wanted to do to start to really build her email list and what she was planning around her release. But the social media automation, it allows you to scale everything you're doing tremendously, and you don't have to be at the mercy of social media sitting at your phone all day commenting back, which is what I like about it. As somebody that spends a lot of time on social media, and because I understand how important it is, right? Being able to respond to people's comments, being able to collect emails, and just to get people more aware of what I'm doing personally outside of what we do for artists is it's a tremendous bonus. There's different tools. I know we're talking about Aggie right now. There's also mini chats, which is at kind of the forefront of this social media automation. And there's a new tool now, just to talk about it. One of the things is that when somebody follows you on Instagram or Facebook, you can automatically send a DM to them without having to do it. And we have different social media automation set up on artists that we work with where we're, as soon as somebody comments or they follow, they get a DM in their inbox and it engages with them. Hey, this is who I am. Thank you for following me. And I love to know more about you. And we can take them down an entire funnel from everything from collecting their emails and their phone numbers to sending them links directly to our streaming platforms, which I know Paul's not a big fan of that. Sending them links directly to our streaming platforms to grow the engagement there, or whatever we want to do, even if it's selling tickets to a show. We can do all of this through the funnel of a DM conversation. Before, when we talked about funnels, if you know anything about that, was typically something that you had to set up on a landing page, and you had to set up, people click the link in your bio, they get to this landing page, and then based on the actions that they take, we typically would have them go down different funnels or different pipelines, so to speak. So the social media automation is the new wave. Not only can you set up these funnels, you can increase engagement, you can get more fans and more emails and all of that, but it allows you to really work on the engagement of your profile. I use it right now a lot. I'm learning it every day. That's my personal goal, is to really understand it and how to utilize it better, not only for myself, but for artists that we work with, and being able to use this. Because what happens is, if I can automate comments, as soon as somebody comment to a post or a piece of content that I post, I can automate the comments and immediately it increases the engagement. The amount of comments that I'm having on my personal profile, somebody says I'm shadow banned. You shouldn't use that word. And I'll talk about that later. But the amount of engagement that I can increase on a particular post, it just works for Instagram or Meta, being able to showcase that I have that engagement, which is very important to get my content out to more people. And then even the social proof, right? The social proof is, in my opinion, is what's the most important. Why you should be using it right now. I know we got a lot of different members on Music Alliance here that are at different phases of their career. But really, if your goal is to grow your audience, to really get people invested into what you're doing, being able to engage with them one-on-one is important. So I made a profile character in my books and songs, and I'm not sure what that's about.
There was
Sorry.
one question here actually from Mia Simon that says, can this be done without a loading landing page?
Yeah, that excuse me, that's exactly what we're talking about. So the social media automation, the funnel itself, if you know what a funnel is, done directly in the DM, the direct message. So when we talk about funnels from a marketing standpoint, it basically means that we're getting a bunch of people to engage with us at the top of the funnel at this level, which is usually commenting on a post, right? Or they're liking our stuff on social media, or they may be following us. So that's the top of the funnel. And as we can bring people down the funnel, it gets smaller, but the people we're bringing down the funnel, as it gets smaller, they're more likely to convert and take the actions that we want them to take. Let's say for numbers sakes, we have 100 people that's liking our posts. And out of those 100 people, we have, let's say 10 people that comment. Now we can respond to those people that are commenting. You don't have to be a slave to social media, and you can respond to them. It's all automated, and you can have them DM you, you can have them give them your email, whatever it takes, but you're engaging with the people that are engaging with you back, and you're bringing them down this funnel. You're bringing them down this system that allows you to be more connected with them, that allows you to have a better relationship with them. And so that's what we mean when we talk about a funnel. And so typically somebody asked about landing pages. Typically landing pages were the best way to bring people down that funnel. Now what we're discovering with social media automation, with companies like Aggie and companies like ManyChats and True Portals, you can bring people down this funnel and you can engage with them in a much deeper way. And more importantly, you can collect more data, because at the end of the day, that's what marketing is about. It's what type of data are we collecting with the people that are engaging with us. And when I say more data, meaning I can collect their emails, I can collect their phone numbers. So now maybe a week from now or a month from now, I can continue to follow up with them and build a deeper rapport. And so that's what we mean when we're talking about funnels. And so this is really beneficial. It's really beneficial when you're thinking about, how do I build my audience? How do I connect deeper with people? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. You have to connect with people. I don't care what type of artist you are, what you're doing. If you're not connecting with people and you're not building that relationship, you won't build a deep audience. And that has to be at the forefront of what you're doing. And I'm really big on that. As an artist myself, as somebody that makes music, we can't go anywhere without people. So being able to connect with people on a deeper level is really the key.
So it's safe to say the automated set it and forget it settings that some of these automated systems have, that's a great component for busy people. And they like have set out, this goes out, and they literally have like times and dates and whatever that you can send it out, but you still have to interact. Like it's still at the end of the day, even though they're doing the funnels and gathering your analytics and stuff, you still have to interact and put that little personal touch on it. Otherwise, they're not going to continue to follow you if it's just all AI BS.
No, 100%. Janine, I say there's a concept we say that you never want to automate everything, right? So you automate the trivial tasks, the things that, you don't want to be doing. But once you get them down that funnel, there's a level of engagement that you really need to be interacting with these people, so they know, hey, this is a real person. This is somebody I can really connect with. And some people feel that the social media automation is for a certain level once you have a certain following. But I think it's about just gaining people's attention. And so you can set it up, the automation, to whatever level you want it to be. That's one of the things I'm having fun with right now. It's a whole new world that I'm in. I'm exploring, and it's like, what level do I want this to be automated? When do I want to come in and take over the conversation and really engage with this person? And that's what it's about. So what we've been able to do is really amazing for several artists. Everything from growing their email list, which is important, if you're going to go direct to consumer and you're going to skip over some of these DSPs and you want to sell directly to the people that are engaging with you, being able to build your email list, it's really invaluable. I've seen with artists that we're actually implementing this with, from increasing the streams that they get on a day-to-day basis. One artist that's going viral typically, because we have this social media automation set up, their streams are increasing almost by 50% on a day-to-day basis, because somebody will comment for the first time and they'll get a direct email with the option to maybe join their exclusive fan club or to stream the music directly. And so when we set this up, we saw streams increase by, like I said, 100, 200% easily, just because it's already set up. Early on, you can do this. You can really comment and respond back to people yourselves, but it's also the speed of it all, right? There's this concept, the universe like speed, right? So being able to engage with people at a fast speed right when they're interacting with you is very important. The other thing is, with one of the platforms we use, it's also a social media scheduler. So I can put all my content on this platform for the week. I've already pre-recorded the content and I can have it auto post for me. And I don't even have to touch my social media for the rest of the week. I can spend maybe one day, a couple of hours, and setting that up. And it's already scheduled to post on all my platforms: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook. And it's already set up for me where, especially with a lot of us that have 9-to-5s and we have families, being able to have this set up so we're not missing that interaction with people that are really engaging with our content, I think is important. And so that's the beauty of it all right now. So we've talked about what it is, why you want to use it, and how do you use it? That's the next thing. Is, like I said, you can set it up to where people automatically get a link to go directly to your streaming platforms, whether that's SoundCloud, whether that's Spotify, wherever you want to direct the traffic to. What we've done in certain cases is, particular artists, we know we want to grow this platform. So we automatically send people a link directly to that platform. Let's say SoundCloud, which is still a great platform right now. And we don't want to send them directly to Spotify because Spotify doesn't pay much money, or whatever the case may be. We want to send them directly to this particular platform that we're intentional about growing. And so back in the day, it used to be click the link in my bio. That's what everybody was saying, which really didn't work for you when it came for like Meta, because they would, I don't want to use the word shadow ban, but they would not put your content out to as many people as possible because you were intentionally trying to take people off the platform, which that's not what they want. Every platform has the same goal, to keep people on their platform. And I always preach that. So if I can get you to comment and say, hey, I'm going to send you this to your DM, I'm increasing engagement on the platform, which keeps people directly on the platform in a more subtle way, versus saying, click the link in my bio and leave Instagram, or click the link in my bio and leave Facebook. So again, these are tools that you really want to use. Like I said, I particularly work with a platform called True Portals. They have a lot of templates set up for artists, specifically, whether it's a new song release, whether it's tickets to a show or merchandise. There's so much that you can do on these different platforms. And like I said, there's a lot of different platforms that offer this. You have ManyChats, you have Aggie, but being able to work with a platform that already has templates set up for the artist, where I don't have to go in and spend my whole day in trying to set this back end up, because it can get a little tricky. And there is a learning curve with it. If you're mixing your own music or you're recording yourself, there's a learning curve. So being able to have these templates that are set up for you as an artist for your release or for your new merch drop is really invaluable, and it makes it so much more easier. And I love to get some questions on it, but that's what I wanted to talk about here, mainly in this live today on this Zoom, is understanding the social media automation and the power that it has if you really can use it.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
What are the potential risks or downsides of automating social media activity? Sounds like a great thing, but what can go wrong?
I'll tell you, because I've been experimenting a lot. What can go wrong is you may not have the automation set up right, and you may miss some steps in it. But early on, I think as you're building your audience, you're going to be okay with that. The other downside may be people are aware that it's an actual automation system. And so, which you can always take over and come in and engage directly with that person. But I think if you're growing and you have an intention to grow, it's a concept that my mom used to have with me back in the days. And she used to be like, I'm never going to get this shoe the exact size for you. We're going to get it a little bit bigger so you can grow into it. And so it's really understanding that and positioning yourself so you can grow into the space where you're building a massive audience. But overall, I think those are the only downsides of it right now. But what you can do and how I just know so many independent artists have so much other things going on, and being able to really engage back with their audience to increase the engagement, to increase revenue is invaluable.
Did you find it was difficult to set up? Like you
Not
just said, I'm making mistakes. I've made mistakes and missed some stuff. I'm a pretty smart guy. I set up digital audio workstations for people, so I can do a lot of stuff. How hard would it be for like the average person who maybe is a newbie at this whole business thing? How long? Is there anywhere in particular you could point them for information on how to actually get started?
Yeah, so with the platform that I use, like I said, they have templates already set up for artists. Whether it's a new release, new merch drop, whether you're getting ready to go on tour, there's these templates that are set up and you can just go in and plug and play your information. And so being able to have something like that at my hand has been invaluable. I've used ManyChats before, which is another platform. They're leading the way when it comes to social media automation to set it up. It is a learning curve, and understanding the workflow is what they call it, and how you want to set these different triggers up and everything that you want to do. That can be a bit tricky, and you can find different people that have different templates set up for you. It's like having a Pro Tools template with a vocal chain set up for you already. So you can get these different templates and plug and play. But fairly enough, with anything, if you put the time in it, you play around with it a little bit, you start to figure it out.
Cool. Anybody have some questions? We need questions, people. Bring on the questions. Okay, I got one here. What about YouTube monetization? Can you give us an overview on how that can happen?
Yeah,
YouTube. One thing I'm interested personally.
YouTube monetization, and YouTube is a great platform. The amount of money that they're paying out to artists and creators is amazing. Typically, I think you need 1,000 subscribers, to get monetized. And then they want it's either 3,000 or 4,000 watch hours over your content that you need to get to be subscribed. So basically, you need 1,000 subs, and you need people to have watch your content for up to 3,000 hours. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not.
No, if you got a good content, no.
If you're in the habit of posting every day, like we talk about, even if it's YouTube Shorts, or if you have long form content that you can post on YouTube maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, within a year or 6 months, you can be there. One artist we worked with, there was a goal, I want to say around April, to get them monetized on YouTube. They had less than 1,000 subscribers. They had less than 1,000 watch hours, and within 3 months we got them monetized.
Okay, somebody's asking here, what should I do about multiple tour dates or multiple shows? Should I use Facebook marketing to help me push the flyer? Okay, it says, what should I do about multiple tour dates or multiple shows? Should I use Facebook marketing to help push the flyer? That's the exact question.
Yeah, so it sounds like you have multiple dates lined up.
From Anthony.
And depending on where you are, you can run ads around those particular dates in those particular regions. A flyer is cool, but what we know on the marketing side is that video content is the number one type of content. So if you can create some type of video to promote that particular date, it's going to get you much better engagement for sure.
Oh, cool. Okay. More questions, people? Anybody? Anybody? Okay, I have a bunch of potential questions I can ask here anyway, so let me see here.
33 times a week, we have. And only 2,000 watch hours.
Okay, so we've talked about what tools are commonly used for automating social media posts.
Yeah, so we talked about one of the biggest right now, which is mini chats.
Yep.
We talked about Aggie, who Music Alliance we're forming something with. The one that I use that I know is really designed for artists is True Portals, portals.com. And not only is it a social media automation tool, it's a social media poster for you. Like I said, if you're somebody that don't have the time throughout the week to get to this crazy amount of posts that I say 3 to 5 times a day, you can, schedule most of it on the weekend and allow the poster to do the posting for you, as well as it's a CRM, right? Which is a customer relationship management software tool. And when you think about, you may see some of these bigger artists that say, hey, text me at this number, and they'll have the number on their profile. It allows you to have a direct number that's dedicated just for your fans to text you, and you can engage with them via text message, which is really valuable outside of being able to have that direct communication with the consumer. Another reason why you want to be collecting emails and phone numbers is because you can build better brand sponsorships and brand partners with that data. That is the type of data that makes a brand or corporation really excited about wanting to work with you. Being somebody that's just on the urban side, when it came to Cardi B and why she was able to get her deal early on, they had about 200,000 emails and phone numbers collected on her behalf before they went to the label. So it made the deal much easier. It made securing a deal with Fashion Nova that much easier. It made securing a deal with CoverGirl that much easier because you have the data that these corporations want.
Yep. Somebody says, I have my own pay-per-view platform. Oh, wait, nope, that's for Neil's to look at. Anyways, okay, let's see. A good question, I think, would be if we had to cancel or somehow postpone a show, how should we go about sharing with those who paid? Oh boy, excuse me, people are asking questions, it's bouncing up. How do we go about sharing those who paid that they will either get a refund or information about the show that will be rescheduled? So basically, yeah, if you had to cancel a show, can you use these tools to basically get your audience alerted about what the situation is?
For sure. That's the beauty in collecting emails and phone numbers and being able to send that out at a mass level to be able to communicate directly with your fans. Because here's the reality, right? And this is why it's so beneficial, because when you post on Instagram, you're maybe getting to 5% of your following, if that. You're lucky, right? So being able to have emails and phone numbers with your audience, you can easily increase that to 10 to 15%, an open rate that they saw it. Somebody said, how do you deal with negative comments?
I was just going to ask that.
There's two ways to deal with it, right? One, I think there's a certain level that you're going to that if you're going to have the love, the hate comes with it. It's just inevitable. It's two sides of the coin. Me personally, like, I'm one of those, let's clap back in the comment, talk back. And then there are some people that believe just ignore it and keep it pushing. So you have to decide what your brand is and how you want to deal with it. But either way, we have this saying in the entertainment industry, there's no such thing as bad attention or negative publicity. So if people are talking about you, that's a good thing. Where the attention flows, the money flows.
So what about if you're a Luddite at this? You're somebody who is not particularly technical. I'm sure there are, but where would you go to find somebody to help you that you could pay to do this kind of stuff? Where would be, like, for example, I'm an Apple tech. So if you're on a Mac and you need help, you come to me. Is there a social media automation guy out there, anybody that you know of to help people? Because there's literally was a comment. Somebody was like, yeah, man, I'm like a Luddite. What do I do? I'd love to do this, but I don't think I could set it up. I'm not sure if I can even go through the process. So I'm going to require help.
Yeah. So there's people like myself. There's different agencies that they really specialize in setting this up, and they get a kick out of it. Like
How
I
much
said,
would
I've
it
been
cost to get started? Say, okay, I want to set up a basic thing, and I need for you to show me how to get it going. I'm going to probably want to have a couple of weeks with you to actually go through the process a number of times to make sure that I'm comfortable with it before we say goodbye.
Sure.
What
Great
would that cost me, say, for example?
So with the company that I'm partnered with, True Portals, it's their basic program is at $20 a month. You can come in and you can start to use some of the tools, and you can get on a call with their team. I'm really good friends with the owner, and they will walk you through the process of setting this up. And then I think they have another tier that's at $60 a month, where you get more access to the different things. The top tier, for sure, I know you get your own dedicated phone line, which is specifically set up for to engage. You have the social media poster. You have a landing page of your own that, you can have all your links, like a link in bio type of concept, but it's your own landing page, and you can tag it to your own domain if you have it. And they will come in, and like I said, they will even set that up for you. So depending on the levels of tiers you want to go with it, one of the companies that I am associated with at about $80 a month, they're taking care of almost everything for you. And they're just handling on the back end. You kind of let them know, hey, I got this tour coming up, or hey, I got this merchandise I want to push out, and we want to.
So then let me ask you a question. At that rate, are they worth the $980 a year you're paying for them? Because that's a lot of money.
100%. Because at the end of the day, George, it's about getting a return. And so you have to get a return from this, whether it's selling more merchandise, whether it's getting more shows or getting more streams. You need to get a return from this. Somebody said if you sign up to, I actually, if Music Alliance and Neil is cool, I do have an affiliate link with them that I can get you. Paul is asking. He's saying the rookie. Paul is on it. I love Paul. He's on it. Paul is on it. And so, yeah, like I said, I'm really good friends with the owner. It's somebody that reached out to me. And again, this is the beauty of really building your audience, right? Online, and building your fan base. Because when you do that and you do it effectively, there's going to be different brands and corporations and companies that want to partner with you because you've tapped into the audience that they want. And that's so amazing.
Awesome. Questions, people? Please. We have an expert here. Love to ask questions. Loves to answer questions. Okay, let me see here. Somebody says, is the company willing to invest in an artist that has 0 subscribers and extensive catalog, 300 to 350 songs a year for 2 years so far? So they have about 700 songs and has something new and fresh to add to the culture. Okay, so is a company willing to invest in that kind of person? Somebody who hasn't developed the social media aspect yet, but they certainly have a nice big library and they feel it's something new to offer.
Yeah, I think that's a conversation that you definitely want to approach on a one-on-one basis. I would love to have that conversation on a deeper level because, again, there's always leverage, right? That's the name of the game, leverage. And obviously you have leverage with the catalog that you're building. And so there's ways to approach it that can be beneficial for all parties.
How do you feel about paying influencers?
I think it's about doing it at the right time. And I feel that way about everything when it comes to music marketing, whether it's paying influencers, whether it's paying for blogs, it's at the right time because there's a certain level of social proof that you need to have for it to really be effective. One, a lot of influencers, because they already have this audience that they've built, they're more skeptical about what are we going to post and what we're talking about. So if it's not a proven concept to them, they're a little bit more leery to wanting to post about that. So I think the influencers, there needs to be a certain level of social proof that's there for it to really stick. There are these cases with the anomaly, right? And it just hit, it worked.
Yeah.
But from an overall perspective, you want the social proof to be there.
We have a hiccup. Keyz hiccuped. Come on, Keyz. Internet work. Internet. Okay, Keyz seems to be frozen right now, and we still have about 15 minutes left. So I'm not 100% sure what to do because I'm new at this. Maybe he will pump in. Let me see. Okay, let me go over a little bit about what I offer here at Music Alliance, because I am one of the people that speaks and does the meetings. However, I'm also available 4 hours a week for one-on-one. And that one-on-one can be about anything. It can be about writing songs, it can be mastering your song if you're at the right level of the membership, mixing, talking about anything. Yeah, so I'm here for you guys twice a week, Wednesdays between 6 and 8, except for this Wednesday because I'm here, and Saturdays between 11 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Pacific. So if you have anything that you want to go over, and please, one of the things I was commenting to with some of the other members of the higher ups at Music Alliance was it really does seem that the people that take advantage of these offers that we have are the ones that seem to be winning the contests and the people that get active. So I would highly recommend taking advantage of this particular offer because it's nice to have somebody with a lot of experience. I have a mentor. Even after all these years, I'm in my 60s, I still actually have a music mentor that, while he's difficult to get in contact with sometimes, I can ask him about anything to do with recording. And let me tell you, I've learned so much off this person about the simplest things like mic technique, how to produce a vocal with somebody, how to do comping, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What a comping is, you take 5 tracks of vocals. So you sing the song 5 times, and then what you do is you edit through and you pick the best lines out of each song. So that's called comping. We do comping. I can show you how to do all this kind of technical stuff. So that's what I have to offer. We also have all sorts of other things, and I'm not too sure what they are right now because I don't have a list in front of me because I wasn't prepared for a hiccup. Do we have any, go Dodgers, go Blue Jays. Do we have any questions for me? Is there anything I can answer for you guys right now about whatever I do? Because I don't do the automation stuff. I didn't even know this existed. So that was a great meetup for me because I just learned there's something I can use with my other partners. I have a little project called The Yeah, and we do 80s covers. And it's been really fun. But we're trying to develop a library to see if we can make a sync library. So see if we can get some sync and stuff out there. So that's what I've been up to. It's been great fun. Is there another chance at Song Sharks? Niels. Is there? And Charles, if you need records mixed, I'm not too sure what level you are at Music Alliance, but if you're at the top level, you'll get 4 mixes a year. Ah, you're elite. I believe that's enough. So yes, Charles, you can get mixes up to 4 a year, I believe. When working with Music Alliance, how does contracting work? How does contracting work when wanting to add for sync? I'm not sure what the question means, Alina. When working with Music Alliance, how does contracting work when waiting to add for sync? Want to re-ask that, please? Song Sharks is an advanced round, so there are no new entries. So that's where we are with Song Sharks. Do you own any what? If we work with Music Alliance, do you own any with a question mark? Peru, I'm doing a few things. I'm not too. Do you own any? What do you mean? If you work with me, do I own any of your work? No, that's not how it works. Basically, if I'm mixing any of your stuff, that's your stuff entirely. I usually don't do co-writing with people. And I doubt that will happen here. If I do co-writing, that's a whole different situation. And I highly suggest that people that do songwriting consider the same thing that I'm going to tell you. My rules when I do songwriting with people is, if there's 2 people, it's 50-50. If there's 3 people, it's 93, or it's 33%. If there's 4, it's 25. everybody that's agreed and involved in the writing session gets an equal portion. And the reason why I do that is because sometimes I may have the perfect song except for one part, and you may have that part that makes the whole thing work. So I always, whenever I go into doing collaborations, I always divide it up evenly, and I hope you guys do too. You'll find that it makes a lot less of fighting, because some people get really darn grumpy when they think they're losing money. I wrote that song and beady. So be careful about that. Okay, let me see. Do I have anything? Christmas song members, we want an hour to playlist. We'll push out on YouTube. Oh, Christmas song members, we want a 1 hour playlist. We will push it out to YouTube. So that's from Niels, the head dude. Geez, what can I do here? I'm sorry, everybody. I'm stumped right now. We're about 10 minutes left. Suppose we could end early tonight because we lost our host. In fact, that probably feels like it's a good idea. Does that sound right, Mr. Niels? At this point? Yeah, okay. So we're going to just pause for tonight because our head personality had to leave or got computer issues. So thank you so much for coming to our social media automation strategies for artists. I think that was great. I got a whole lot out of it, actually, that I didn't even know. I had no idea you could do any of this stuff, and that's very cool. Okay, everybody, we'll see you, tomorrow night. Give me a second here. I just have to, I don't know where my information is. Sorry, guys. Niels, can you put down, tomorrow night is Finance Your Music. Ooh, perfect. So if you're looking to get financing, how to finance your music tomorrow night is probably, this is the place you want to be. So I'll see everybody then. Thank you so much for coming tonight, and you all rock. Never give up. Never give up. Never surrender. Okay, talk to you later, everybody. Bye-bye.